All right, New Mexico, San Diego State. Last game for Friday night. We've got the Aztecs, 3-point home favorites, 68 being the total here in this game. My goodness. You know what? It's kind of like a pick your poison game. I mean, it clearly looks that way to me. You want to lay points with the Aztecs right now. It's not exactly something I'm running to do. They got beaten down by Boise State in a spot that was a good one for San Diego State. Maybe catching Boise off the big win against UNLV, but no, they were just they were powerless to stop that Boise offense. And the funny thing, it was not just Ashton Genty. He was a big part of it, as he always is, 149 rushing yards, but that's a quiet night for Ashton Genty. It was really the passing game. Maddox Madsen.
And they pulled him. He didn't even have to play the fourth, though.
No.
He didn't play the fourth, but yeah.
No, the passing game ripped apart San Diego State's defense. 322 passing yards, 307 of them from Maddox Madsen in that game last week against San Diego State. The defense is still a problem for Sean Lewis's team. I mean, 56 allowed to Boise, 29 to Washington State. The better offenses have had their way. But the problem is you can either lay points with this team defensively, which isn't very good, or you can take New Mexico. And I know they're the underdog. They're getting 3, but my goodness, how do you lose outright as favorites at home to Wyoming? Wyoming has been a complete and utter train wreck this year, and New Mexico loses to them at home as favorites, gives up 49 points to Caden Anderson in this Wyoming offense. Now, obviously, Dampier in the offense has been good, but again, another example of just how absolutely pathetic New Mexico has been on the defensive side of the football all year. I mean, my gosh, it looks like a mirage now that they only gave up 17 points to Colorado State. And, of course, that was the game. There was some wind, though, in that game as well. They only scored 6. And then the other games, there's been no answers on defense. You go all the way back to the Arizona game, 61, 45 to Auburn, 38 to Fresno, 40 to New Mexico State, 37 to Air Force somehow. And Air Force doesn't have a good offense this year, 45 to Utah State. No, this has just been an absolute sieve of a defense here for poor Bronco Mendenhall. As you probably can't believe he's got a defense this bad, but he does. You're going to get pace from San Diego State and a little bit from New Mexico, and I don't trust either defense. I know it's a high total, 68, but I'm still leaning over with this game. C-Mac, what do you think?
I know. How could it not? And Wyoming went easy over, and I couldn't believe the week before it didn't go over against Utah State in that game. Too many field goals, but the teams went up and down. In New Mexico, I think even at this number, it goes over 67.5. Yep. San Diego State should do whatever. San Diego State should do whatever they want here on offense. But New Mexico, hey, they could score. Yep. Quarterback's good. We've talked about it.
We like Dampier
all year.
He's been abandoned by his defense. He's been good. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and even last week, they ran 400 yards. He had 200. Sanders had 200. So San Diego State might win this, but no way I'm laying 3.5. I think this game could be tight. I kind of lean to New Mexico and the over. I just think we get points. This gets into another kind of shootout. It is high at 67.5, 68, but I don't know if I bet it, but it's a lean.